Get into it. Papa Rogan. Papa Rogan has come. Santa Claus. He came through like Santa Claus for us. He brought us the interview. Okay. And now he has officially endorsed Donald Trump. Let's go. This is a great moment in time right here. I do have to say, along with this comes the knowing that he is going to get attacked. And if Trump does not pull through, we may not be watching the Joe Rogan Experience anymore. Kidding, of course, but I know that they're going to come after him, and so do you. This is what Joe Rogan said as he released his episode with Elon Musk on X. Now, I don't know if this is a new thing that's going on. Apparently, Elon Musk spoke to the CEO of Spotify and started working out a deal where the really important podcasts like the Trump episode, this episode, can get thrown on X. This is not what Rogan agreed to in his Spotify agreement. Rogan says the great and powerful Elon Musk, if it wasn't for him, we'd be effed. He makes what I think is the most compelling case for Trump you'll hear. Well, I mean, if he heard some of my episodes, I would have already had him in MAGA if he just listened to some of my episodes, you know? And I agree with him every step of the way. For the record, that's an endorsement of Trump. Enjoy the podcast. Now, that is the best part of this whole thing, is that he made sure to say, this is not like RFK where he's like, oh, he makes the most sense, blah, blah, blah. No. Outright endorsement. But how do you not endorse Donald Trump when you have Elon Musk come on your podcast and he is making this type of case for you?
Well, I'll say it again, man. I think this is the last election. If Trump doesn't win, this is the last election.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think people, and a lot of people are waking up and realize that have been lifelong Democrats. Guys like Bill Ackman, guys like Chamath.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, Tulsi Gabbard switched over to the Republicans.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of people who their whole life they've been left-wing and they realize, like, I can't do this anymore.
You and I used to be Democrats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's nuts, man. And if the Dems win this election, they will legalize enough illegals to turn the swing states, and everywhere will be like California. There will be no escape.
That is so insane.
This is the final. This is it. This is the last chance.
Has anybody tried
and
to
I
push
just want
back?
to go out and vote. Vote like your life depends on it. Vote like your future depends on it, because it does. This is the last chance, man.
Man, Elon Musk, very serious. And the thing about it is, why I think this Rogan endorsement has come for Trump is because when Elon Musk said, hey, I think we're in a simulation, Rogan took it very serious. When Elon Musk says anything, Rogan takes it very serious because he respects him so much, and he looks at him like he's a super genius. I mean, he said those exact words. The guy is a super genius. So when he comes through and he says, hey, I think this is going to happen to America if we do not get Trump in office, Rogan started taking it very seriously. Now, a lot of you are going to say what I think as well, but I'm not ungrateful that he should have done this months ago. I get it, but there's a weight and a power to him doing it now. Now, I'm going to put on the tinfoil Speedo, okay? It's on. It's on. Believe me. I got no pants on. I'm just wearing a tinfoil Speedo. You can't see. I'm telling you the truth. Now, what I think is, I don't think that this is just an endorsement so you and I go and vote. Okay? Hear me out. I think there's an elite class of people. And I think when Rogan says, I'm on Trump's side, I think there's a game at play that we can't see. And that when he says that, it's not just to get you and I out to vote. There's something else in the background going on that when Rogan steps in and says, and I'm not saying he's like the end all be all, but he's just a major player. George Carlin said a long time ago, it's a big club and you ain't in it. And remember, George Carlin said, you ain't in it. I'm not in it. He didn't say we ain't in it. I think a lot of these guys are a part of something. I don't know what it is, but I think there's something else at play behind the scenes when he does that. The same way that when Obama was like, before Kamala even got announced as the runner, he was like, oh, there's going to be a process. And everybody was like, oh, Obama says there's going to be a process. That means even people who were on the right were like, oh, that means there's going to be some kind of primary. It's like, why would Obama get to make that decision? Then all of a sudden Pelosi and Schumer, and they're just saying things, and there's people from all walks of life that are on the left. And then all of a sudden you see it all play out. I'm just saying that I think something happened here when Rogan says this. I know it seems like it's just the last day before the election, but I think there's something else at play. Now, let's take off the tinfoil Speedo. Just going to freeball it for a minute, and we're going to listen to what Trump has to say about this whole thing. Listen to this. Trump just learned about this, man. Let's go.
I just received word about Joe Rogan's endorsement. He's a fantastic guy, and it's a great honor to receive it. Thank you, Joe, very much. I just received word about Joe Rogan's endorsement. He's a fantastic guy, and it's a great honor.
Now, that's not all, okay? This is when he got off of stage, but when he was on stage, he actually learned about the endorsement. Check this out.
Wow, I have some more big news, Megan. I'm just getting this right now. So somebody that's very, very respected asked me to do his show 2 weeks ago, and I said, why not? And to me, it's very big because he's the biggest there is, I guess, in that world by far. Somebody said the biggest beyond anybody in a long time. And his name is Joe Rogan, and he's never done this before. And it just came over the wires that Joe Rogan just endorsed me. Is that right? Thank you, Joe. That's so nice. And he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that stuff. And he tends to be a little bit more liberal than some of the people in this room. No, I had a lot of fun, and he was amazing, and it was a 3-hour interview. In fact, I was 2 hours late for a rally that we had. I had explained that a little bit, and it was cold out that night. We flew, but we had to make it. We were more than 2 hours late. And they understood. I said, I just was interviewed by a very interesting guy, and he just kept going on. They called it a long form, and it could have gone a lot longer, but he was great. And he's not a person that does endorsements, but he did an endorsement. So I just want to thank Joe Rogan. That's fantastic.
Wild. So he was just learning about that while he was on stage. Now, while that was happening for Trump, Kamala Harris has resorted to actually going door to door looking for endorsements.
Hey, Max. Well, I want a door knock.
Oh, you want to do a door knock?
Yeah, come on. Okay. Okay, here, I'm gonna.
I had your hat on at the Penn State game in front of 111,000 people all day Saturday.
Oh, and of course, the whole thing's fake. She made sure that they were her supporters, maybe even paid them. That might even just be a set that we're looking at, but had them go back inside so she could do the whole knocking thing. Because she's from a middle-class family. You know how that goes, right, guys? She did it again here.
Yes, you go. Oh my God. How are you? I'm good. This is my husband, Henry. Hi, Henry. Kamala Harris. Very nice to meet you. So, how's it going? It's the day before the election, but I just wanted to come by and say I hope to earn your vote.
Yeah, you hope to earn the vote. You got installed. Hey, bro. Hey, bro, you got installed. There's no earning the votes after that. You got put there. You made phone calls in dark rooms to dark people in dark places, and then you got put in that position. There's no earning the votes for you, okay? Unless you did some weird Diddy type stuff. While that was happening, Donald Trump was getting endorsed by Megyn Kelly. Of course, I mean, how could Megyn Kelly not endorse Trump, being a part of that iconic moment where they spoke about Rosie O'Donnell? I think we all remember the moment I'm talking about. I know this guy, Usman. He endorsed Trump, UFC fighter. Okay. And listen, I get it. I'm black, but I'm not African. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Kamaru Usman. Sorry, I apologize. All right. He endorsed Trump. He actually said, growing up Democrat and starting, my lights are falling. Such bad lighting right now. Growing up Democrat and starting to understand the state of politics over the last few decades, I know how I want to live and how I want to raise my family at the real Donald Trump. Let's go. Donald Trump says it's such an honor. And I mean, this is just perfect. To recap, this person just said it perfectly. To recap, Donald Trump has been endorsed by RFK, Tulsi Gabbard, Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, Hulk Hogan, Dr. Phil, Buzz Aldrin, and Kamala Harris has been endorsed by the Diddy list. That's 100% true. It's so weird. You ever seen that meme where they're like the Epstein list, the Diddy list, and then the overlapping is people who endorse Kamala Harris? Hey, no need to knock on doors. Okay. Everyone who's endorsing you slipping around in baby oil at one time or another. Anyway, we all know what's going to happen to Elon Musk for what he's done. Arguably has put together the Joe Rogan Trump alliance. You know, he's been campaigning like hell. He's given away millions of dollars to people who are willing to sign petitions. He's now being potentially arrested by Pennsylvania authorities. The government, the DOJ is now coming after not him, directly, but they're coming after SpaceX. They're trying to get him to hire asylum seekers, but then also his company's not allowed to hire anyone who's not an American citizen. So they're after him hardcore, and this is just another result of that. Rachel Maddow going in on him here.
But even if Trump doesn't win, the Defense Department and NASA are going to need a new arrangement for all their rockets and for all the multi-billion-dollar contracts Elon Musk's companies have with the U.S. government. The U.S. government is going to have to either, unwind from all of those contracts, or Elon Musk's companies are going to have to unwind from him. This is an untenable reality in national security terms. Now that we know what we know about Elon Musk,
and what they know about Elon Musk is that he supports Donald Trump, and that's just unacceptable. Be sure when you see a message from Rachel Maddow, who could be confused for Keith Olbermann or Mark Cuban, rest assured that when you see a message coming from her, it's coming directly from an agency. I'm just saying, and I'm not talking about a talent agency. I'm talking about the agency. So that is what's happening with Elon Musk right now. He's putting it all on the line. He's gotten Joe Rogan to actually endorse Donald Trump. This is a major election. And I'm going to go right back to what Elon Musk said right here, because I think this is the message that I need to leave with.
Well, I'll say it again, man. I think this is the last election. If Trump doesn't win, this is the last election.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think people, and a lot of people are waking up and realize that have been lifelong Democrats. Guys like Bill Ackman, guys like Chamath.
Yeah, exactly.
Tulsi Gabbard switched over to the Republicans.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of people who their whole life they've been left wing, and they realize, like, I can't do this anymore.
You and I used to be Democrats.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's nuts, man. And if the Dems win this election, they will legalize enough illegals to turn the swing states, and everywhere will be like California. There will be no escape.
That is so insane.
This is the final. This is it. This is the last chance.
Has anybody tried to push back?
And I just want to, go out and vote. Vote like your life depends on it. Vote like your future depends on it, because does. This is the last chance, man.
Elon Musk, ladies and gentlemen, very serious. Joe Rogan has endorsed Donald Trump. Please get out there and vote. Make your voices heard. For those of you who feel like it's two wings of the same bird, please, not voting is submitting to the current things that are in place, to what's happening in the country right now. At least if you vote and vote Trump, you will be bringing the country into a step in the right direction. This place, and I don't talk about it often, but this place, this country, is the last stand. There are so many Americans who think that other countries have exactly what you have. There are so many Americans who think that every place has a Second Amendment. Every place has a First Amendment. Every place has a constitution. They don't, man. They don't. They have garbage charter of rights that they can just be shooed away at a moment's notice when the government decides. And most places don't even have that. This is the last place that has this type of life available for people. There's no other place. Canada's a garbage pit. Okay? It is. It is. Okay? I was just there. It is. It's getting bad everywhere. And if America crumbles, that is it for everyone. I'm out.